Have you dreamed of bigger things for your life? Then you are in the right place. Each week, you will be given tips on how to change your inner dialogue, conquer your goals, and ways to step into a higher version of yourself. I'm your host, Lauren Kubat. I'm a motivational speaker who hosts personal development events. I'm a sought-after fitness instructor, a wife, and a mom of 2 young boys. I'm obsessed with all things personal development, and I believe anyone can achieve the life they want. Let the Become Your Vision podcast be the inspiration you need to step into greater things. Now let's go. Hello, happy Wednesday, or whenever you are listening to the show. I appreciate you guys for tuning in today. So today is Sunday, January 10th, and it's our youngest son's second birthday. So about 5 minutes ago, you could have found me in the kitchen just like forking cake into my mouth because both the boys are in bed and I can do it in peace. Yesterday we went to a hockey game and I had a soft pretzel that wasn't worth the calories or carbs, but we were in a hockey game, so you feel like you have to get something from the concessions, right? And I'm telling you this because I want to show you that I am just like you. I have my off days. I have days where I'm not super motivated. I have days where my nutrition is not the best. But hopefully when you tune into this show that you know that I'm just like you, but I'm here to provide some content that is going to be educational and motivating. But behind that, I am human as well. Okay, so today we are talking about why drinking water is important and how to drink more water. So up until about, a few years ago, I really didn't pay attention to how much water I was drinking, and now I literally can't go anywhere without my water bottle. And I would probably get away with 1 16-ounce, one of those throwaway bottles. A few years ago, that's how much I drank. And now my reusable water bottle is 32 ounces. And it is as important as my phone and wallet and my mask when I leave the house. Hello, 2020. Who knew that we would be having to wear masks everywhere we go? Anyway, before we get started, I have the review of the week. The review is called Lauren is So Inspiring, and this one is from Marie S2189 ! And she says Lauren is the real deal. She has transformed her life and is always looking for ways to help inspire others. If you are looking for a great way to jumpstart your life or day, this is the podcast for you. So Marie S2189 ! If this was you, let me know on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll leave my details in the show notes. So let's first start with the benefits of drinking water. Okay, first, water lubricates the joints. And you may be asking yourself, why is this so important? Well, it prevents injury and reduces joint pain. And when you're younger, you may not necessarily worry about joint pain. And I didn't. But as you get a little bit older, you know that joint pain can actually stop you in your tracks, and you don't want to be out of commission at the gym or out of your workout. So you want to limit the risk of injury. Now that I'm in my early 30s, I'll do something and the next day I'll feel it. I'm like, ooh, what did I do? I don't want to put too much weight on it. So it has me thinking about, what I'm feeling in my body, what type of workouts I'm doing, things of that nature, because I don't want to be injured. Ain't nobody got time to be injured. Am I right? Okay. What is another benefit of drinking water is it can help with weight loss. And that is why most people want to start drinking water, because you want to lose weight. And sometimes we think we are hungry when we're actually thirsty. And this happens to me a lot. I'll think I'm like hungry after I just ate. Like, why am I still hungry? And then I'll drink water and then I'll feel full again. And then it's like you'll have a couple sips of water and then I'm chugging it. I'm like, oh, I was actually really thirsty. So drinking water before a meal can actually help you, feel full faster. And drinking water when you want a snack will help with weight loss as well. Water may also help prevent and treat headaches. Now, I don't know if you know of someone, or maybe this person is you suffer from frequent headaches or migraines. Well, your headaches or migraines can be caused by the lack of water that you are consuming. So there are plenty of other benefits of drinking water, but let's get into how to increase your water consumption. Before you think about increasing your water intake, I think it's important, very vital actually, to track how much water you are actually getting. I didn't realize how little I was actually drinking until I started tracking. And I was like, oh, I'm not drinking very much. So now you may be asking yourself, well, how much water should I be drinking? Well, that depends. So there's not like a straightforward answer. And the sources that I looked into said to check with your doctor. And there are a lot of conflicting recommendations. So an older source said to drink 8 ounces of 8 glasses of water a day, and a glass of water is 8 ounces. So that breaks down to 64 ounces of water. Also, up until recently, I didn't know that coffee counts toward water consumption. It is actually a myth that coffee will dehydrate you, and you actually have to drink 500 milligrams or more, which is about 5 cups, for it to actually start to dehydrate you. And according to the National Academies of Science, they suggest that women should consume a total of approximately 2.7 liters, which is 91 ounces of water, from all beverages and foods. From food, you get water, from fruits. Think about like apples and watermelon and vegetables. You're getting water from the food that you consume. For men, they recommend 3.7 liters, which is 125 ounces daily. I've heard it before, and I've actually recommended this. I don't know how accurate it is, but they say to drink half your body weight in ounces. So let's break it down. Not that great at math. If you're 100 pounds, you should be drinking at least 50 ounces of water. So maybe you can go from there. You'll know your cutoff level, right? It depends how often you can use the restroom. If you're a teacher or a nurse, you might not be able to use the restroom as much as people that do have access to a restroom and that can leave the room or desk or wherever you're at. Okay, so how much water you drink also depends if you sweat a lot. Do you work outside in the heat? Now it's winter. If you're listening to this in America, it is winter. But if you work outside, you're sweating a lot, you're going to need a little bit more water. So for me personally, I drink about 96 ounces of water a day, and that doesn't include the coffee I drink. And I worked my way up to that number of ounces, and it didn't happen overnight. And also, I work out 6 days a week, so I drink a lot. I get thirsty. I talk a lot when I'm teaching my classes. I'm constantly talking, so I get parched faster, if that makes sense. Okay, so if you know that you need to be drinking more water after you tracked, I'm going to give you 6 tips on how to increase your water consumption. So tip number 1 is drinking water is a habit that needs to be established. So first and foremost, you need to develop that habit. So think about something you do every day and then incorporate water in with it. So if you go to the bathroom every day, right? So every time you go to the bathroom, make it a habit of drinking a cup of water right after. Now, if that's too much for you, drink a half a cup of water. Another way to make this a habit is right after you eat, or I'm sorry, right before you eat, drink water. And this will help you keep your appetite in check too. So think about things that you do every day, and you're constantly doing this. Another thing might be like checking your phone or answering a text message or going on social media. Every time you go to do that, make it a habit drinking water at the same time. So pair up what you already do with drinking water in order to make it a habit. There we go. Okay, tip number 2 is use a water bottle that you can easily calculate how much water you are getting. So for me, when I first started, I got a 25-ounce bottle of water, and that was easy for me to calculate each time I finished it, because I was like, okay, 25 plus 25 is 50, and another, that's 75, so on and so forth. Now I use a 32-ounce bottle of water just because I teach, and that's 7 extra ounces of water actually makes a difference. So I needed a little larger water bottle, and I usually drink about 3 of those a day, and that's how I knew that I drink about 96 ounces of water a day. Now, if it's a random number, like if you're using like a 16-ounce bottle of Aquafina or something like that, it's going to be harder for you to track and to keep counting how many you go through, unless you're like keeping track on your phone or something like that. Okay, and I know some people that carry that like giant gallon water around all day. Now, if that's for you, cool. I can't be one of those people. First of all, it doesn't fit into my water holder in my car. What's that called? Cup holder? There we go. Cup holder. Actually, either does my 32-ounce bottle of water, but that can lay in my seat next, in my passenger seat. But, and then also at the gym, you have to leave that water on the machine right next to you, and it's harder to access. But I know there's plenty of people, this works for them. It's the easiest way. They fill it up once and they get to the whole jug throughout the day. So if that's for you, if you're like, I can't be filling up a water bottle, just get one big giant one, and then you just have to worry about using or filling it up once. Tip number 3 is to add flavor to your water. So personally for me, if I ever add anything to my water, it's going to be squeeze lemon juice. I'm one of those people, I just drink plain water. I know it can get kind of boring. I know there's also people that don't like the taste of water. So I would recommend maybe getting filtered water, getting a filter and filter your water, and maybe you won't taste as many, I don't know, maybe your water just tastes gross out of the faucet. I also like carbonated water occasionally, like a LaCroix or a bubbly. It's just a little something. Sometimes you just need a little bubbly. You need a little carbonation. There's also another brand that I have tried once that some people swear by. If you're on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen influencers use this. It's called Liquid IV. I used half the pack one time when I went to the airport, and then after I bought it, I looked at the nutrition facts, which I should have done prior, but I didn't. And I was shocked to see that it had 500 milligrams of sodium. That's a lot of salt. Now, that's a quarter of the recommended daily amount. So maybe you don't eat a lot of salt and you don't drink a lot of water. Maybe that's the route to go, having one of those packs a day. I know they say like drinking one of those packs in a bottle of water is like drinking like a liter or something like that. So maybe that's for you. Now you may be asking about Crystal Light. I personally think it's not the best choice. There's artificial flavoring and sweetener that causes inflammation, which can actually cause weight loss resistance. So for me, it's not worth it, but I think once in a while, it would be fine if you need something. And if you really don't like the taste of water, I recommend squeezing a lemon and then putting some like fresh mint and stevia, which is a natural sweetener in it, and it would taste more like a lemonade. So you can try that. Before I continue to tip number 4, I want to share one of my favorite books with you, and it's called Can't Hurt Me, Master Your Mind and Defy the Odds, and it's by David Goggins. This guy he's just a badass, okay? He had a terrible childhood. In the beginning of the book, he shares how hard his childhood was, and because I have kids, I thought I wasn't going to make it through the first couple of chapters, but I did. And once you get through that point, it's just, he shows you strength and how he fails and how he conquers his dream. So his dream, he was extremely overweight. His dream was to become a Navy SEAL, and he goes through so much crap to become a Navy SEAL. But it's just so motivating. So if this sounds like a book for you, he swears a lot. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. I absolutely love this book. But you can read this book for free by going to audibletrial.com/becomeyourvision. That's audibletrial.com/becomeyourvision. And I will leave all the information in the show notes so you can listen to that book for free. Okay, tip number 4. Make it a challenge for you to increase your water. Maybe you made your vision board, you listened to last week's episode, and you realize that you need to drink more water. Make it a challenge. And that's actually how I began my journey to drinking more water. I wanted to make it a goal to drink 100 ounces of water every day for 100 days. And after a while, it just became a habit for me. So maybe your goal isn't as high. Maybe it's 50 ounces a day. That's fine. But make it a challenge for you that you can work towards, and include some of your friends in this challenge and make it more fun. Like, hey girl, did you get your water in today? Actually, I have a girlfriend. She doesn't drink a lot of water, and another one of my girlfriends, she's constantly texting, I'll just say her name, Lisa. Lisa, if you're listening, Sandy is constantly texting Lisa, like, did you drink your water? Did you drink your water? So I think that's super cute. Include your friends. We all need accountability. All right, tip number 5, set a reminder on your phone. Sometimes it's just simply you're busy. You forget to drink your dang water. You get caught up in your day, then you forget. So I recommend sending a reminder for every hour, and then you can make it a reminder that happens every single day. So you just put in your phone once, and then every single day on the hour you're reminded. And obviously you wouldn't want to be setting your reminders in at bedtime, but I recommend doing that. So, and the last and final tip I have for you is to make it a point to drink water first thing in the morning and about an hour before you go to bed. Start your day with water, and then you're more likely to stick with that habit. So I hope this episode helped you. Let me know on Instagram or Facebook how you are getting your water in. You can tag me at Lauren, Lauren, Kubat, Kubat. I would love to know that you're listening to this episode, and you can also leave a review on iTunes. It honestly means so much to me. Right now, I'm cheersing you with my water. Cheersing. Anyway, you got this. Have a great day, a great week. Until next time, I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you love this episode, make sure you are subscribed so you know when more episodes come available. My goal is to inspire others to become their vision, and one way to get the word out is with reviews. I would really appreciate it if you left an honest review on iTunes, and it would mean so much to me. Thanks again, and remember to go after the life you want. Bye, guys.